What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to the channel. This is a new series. I also wanted to do sort of a tips and tricks to some games that I play, some suggestions, so to speak, at the same time. But if you have a PS5 Pro, this is going to be a weird suggestion or sort of a weird tip, however you want to call it. But Silent Hill 2 should be played on 4K 30. Now, before you start saying some stuff in the comments that I'm bugging out and it makes no sense because Silent Hill 2 looks absolutely beautiful on 1080-60. Hear me out as to why I think 4K 30 is the best option to play Silent Hill 2 in. Now, normally, I would never play any game in 4K 30. I've tried it, Grand Blue Fantasy, Final Fantasy 16, a bunch of other games. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't like the choppy gameplay, especially if you're playing an action-packed game, something like Final Fantasy. It just doesn't work out. Not my thing. Maybe some people like it. You know, props to you if that's your thing, but just not a thing for me. With that said, Silent Hill 2 looks fantastic. Playing it 1080-60, I don't have any issues with it. That's how I was playing it. That's how most people will play it. However, if you have a PS5 Pro, even a PS5, you can try it on that. There is something about playing Silent Hill in 4K 30 and getting that grittiness that Silent Hill is supposed to be. It's supposed to be 30. It's supposed to be dark, very contrasty, no color, things like that. That's the atmosphere of what Silent Hill should be, because I remember playing it on PS1 like that, and that's how I remember it. As you can see, I have my beautiful copy still of it. We're gonna go in and change a couple of settings. We will do 1080-60 first, just so you can see that, which is like I said, most people will most likely be playing that. It is beautiful looking. The reflections are absolutely awesome. We're gonna go to performance. Also, make sure you leave in-game motion on for both. It does help. Just adds a nice little effect to the game. So we're gonna skip the intro. We'll let it play, I guess, the first few seconds. But so you also know, these intros, whether you pay them on 1080-60 or 4K 30, the frames for these tend to drop because I believe they run at 30. Sometimes in certain ones, they also drop down below 30. So it really doesn't matter. Performance, quality mode, it's all running at the same frame rate. And let's take a look at these reflections. Ray tracing, absolutely beautiful on PS5 Pro, where it's meant to be, you know, because on PS5, those ray tracing reflections be a little weird, you know what I mean? So as we get into the fog, you'll see that it's really nice. It's dense. It's got that, you know, sort of distance where you can see things and not see them completely. Really nice job overall for 1080-60. Now let's switch over to 4K 30 so you can see the difference and how much more denser the fog is. Look at that. That's a pretty significant difference if you ask me. The fog is much closer, much more denser. Everything looks a little bit blacker, a little bit sort of crisper. Now, there was an issue with the patch, and I believe the issue is still here, where you were getting some flickering from the fog, and I believe that was the PSSR tech messing around with it. However, they did release a patch where it took it out of performance mode, but it's still there in quality mode, but I don't think is there as much. So you let me know, are you still having issues even though they did a slight patch to the game? Hopefully there'll be a future patch to fix it completely, but I don't see it that bad, and it doesn't bother me. And like I said, I really like playing this game in 4K 30. I believe this is how you should be playing it. Look at this fog. It's absolutely insane. Now, let's switch back to 1080-60. And here it is, 1080-60. Still looks good. Fog looks great. Obviously, further away, as I said before. But there's something about playing it in 4K 30. Again, that grittiness you get from that. It almost seems like gives you a sense of claustrophobia, if I can use that, because the fog is so much closer to you. And you see, once I get into the town, like how things look, I guess, creepier. And that's the atmosphere I like. I just feel like it's more like full circle on 4K 30. So let's switch back to 4K 30. And here we are getting closer to the town, and you can see here like the fog is like leaning over the edge here on the sides, on the top of the mountains, the way it's grabbing the foliage and all that stuff. Really, really nice in my opinion. Maybe some people will not like this on 4K 30, but it's a suggestion, it's a tip that I recommend, because you do have to play this game a few times in order to get the platinum. So if you're still doing that, go on ahead and try this on 4K 30 and try to experience it a little bit different and get into that more grittiness, sort of claustrophobia. Even when you get into the buildings, you'll notice that everything's just darker, and when you're fighting, it's a little choppy, but I think that just adds a certain flavor to the series, like the way it's supposed to be. All right, as you can see, we're still running on 4K 30. Let's switch back to 1080 60, and then we're gonna switch back to 4K 30. We're gonna end the video there, so let's do that. So yeah, as you can see, the fog is a little bit further away, even when you get to these sort of alleyway here. Still looks good, as I continue to say, so there's no problem playing this in 1080 60. If you want to continue playing that, this is just a suggestion and a tip, which I believe, you know, if you're someone that really wants to get that full atmosphere, that full creepiness from Silent Hill, 4K 30 is definitely the way to go for me. That's how I'm playing it, and that's how I'm going to continue to play it as I go through my different runs to try to platinum the game. But yeah, let's switch to 4K 30. We're going to end it here. I hope this tip slash suggestion was useful to some of you, and I hope you do try it out, and please let me know how you feel about it in the comments. I'll have another tip in the coming weeks on another game. I did a tip on it, but I wanted to re-include it to make more people aware of it, just in case they didn't know about that tip either. And with all that said, like my beautiful goddaughter loves to say,
like and subscribe.
On to the next one, keep on gaming.
Hey, wait. What happened to this town? Hello? Stay back. What was that thing? Where are you, Mary? Who's that?